sometimes you gotta be quiet. Other people are talking, Trey. You gotta listen.
That's true. That's the point,
Yeah.
actually. Hello and welcome to the pre-show. Pre-show, yeah. I'm dancing and they can't see me dancing. I don't know why I'm dancing. Sending out the stream tweet.
Shitting in my face. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I almost burned my oven down.
Your oven? Your house?
Yeah, in my house, my oven.
How?
So like, you know, I was sick this last weekend, and I tried to make some food, and in the process, trying to make some food, I fell asleep, and when I got up, there was smoke in the house everywhere, and the oven was on fire, and
Oh my gosh.
the spring rolls, the egg rolls I had been cooking had caught fire inside the oven. So fire was coming up through the burners. So I put all that out, and I vented out the house, but apparently it soaked into my blankets and my bed like spread and my pillowcases. And so when I got up the next morning, I had a really bad like rash on my forehead and on my ears. And I was like, oh no, you know, let me go to the doctor and make sure this is not an actual problem, make sure this is not something, you know, going on. And the doctor decided that I am allergic to smoke.
Wonderful.
And I was like, well, I'm an asthmatic. I'm already allergic to smoke. And he was like, no, you're like also allergic to smoke.
Oh boy.
You know, that makes sense, because anytime you're around somebody that smokes, you have problems.
Yeah, like that one time that Chase was vaping and I started to get that weird rash on my arm.
Yeah, I never understood it, because you always said, like, oh, well, I'm asthmatic. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I just assumed that's what it was.
but I know plenty of people who are asthmatic who don't do this, so I don't understand what the problem is.
So
It's like my mom. You can be allergic to pretty much anything. My mom's allergic to a lot of stuff that's in cleaning supplies.
yeah.
So she could only use like some ridiculously expensive stuff to clean.
That's wild.
Not fun.
What?
That's why when we cut into the actual podcast, if you see that I'm broken out, that's why. You guys know. Yeah, the candle the other day turned out to also be a bad idea. I know now, though. I know now. The candle's still sitting up there, too, unlit. Now that I know I'm allergic to smoke, I'm terrified to light it.
No, it's fine. It's different.
But there's half a candle left, so I'm like, I should probably just put it in another room and let it burn in there that I'm not going to sleep in, you know? But welcome to the stream, everybody. Yeah, now it smells like burnt spring.
Can I run to the kitchen real quick and get some more water before we start?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it is the pre-show. Your mom's asthmatic? No worries. You don't have to worry about how to spell it. It's just really annoying. No matter how you spell it. Yeah, it's not fun. ASHMA. Let's do this the official way. Alexa, how do you spell asthmatic?
Asthmatic is spelled A-S-T-H.
That is. There it is.
A-I.
There it is. I always miss it. Instead of smoke, it's cats. That makes sense. A lot of people are allergic to cats. Thankfully, I'm not allergic to cats.
I'm actually allergic to just pet dander in general.
Yeah.
But I wasn't growing up. But I don't know. I developed it over time, I guess.
Yeah.
And now Quincy's the only dog. Quincy's the only dog that has actual like fur.
Yeah.
The other two have what basically it's like human hair, so it's not a problem.
Right.
But if his hair gets all over the place, I'll start breaking out into a rash.
Yeah. You can develop allergies to anything too. Like I'm allergic to
That's if you're making an ASMR video.
Yeah, I was trying to speak over it so it
Sorry.
wouldn't be super bad for everybody's ears.
I'm so sorry.
Like I developed that allergy to jalapenos.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, my hand swelled up so big. At least you're not allergic to penicillin. I do know somebody who's allergic to penicillin. That's a problem when they go to the doctor.
Who needs penicillin anyways?
You guys ready to start the podcast proper?
Yes.
I guess if we have to.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Do. Welcome to the podcast. The podcast, yeah. I've had a lot of medication.
Huh.
I'm not complaining.
Interesting.
Hello and welcome to another exciting rendition of the Full Spectrum
Rendition.
Podcast. My
You
name
need
is
to
Trey.
redo that. You need to redo that. My name's Andrew.
Pattrick.
And we're the Full Spectrum Podcast. And we're bringing you some news today and some weeks today. And somebody stopped me from rambling. Somebody stopped me.
Can I stop you from rambling?
Rambling. Somebody stopped me from rambling. Yes, I see it. I'm aware. I have a stipulation that one of you could explain if you'd like.
So, thanks to Andrew. Trey is not allowed to say, quote, "There's nothing wrong with that," end quote. The entire stream.
Yes, it's become a habit that needs to be broken.
It can be really difficult too with this medicine.
I'm interested to see how this is gonna go.
I've got energy and to spare.
Every time he says there's nothing wrong with that, I break a Gundam.
What if he gets temporarily muted for like 30 seconds every time?
I would
I
just
think
dance.
I think him watching me destroy the Barbatos is probably more effective. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if we can't hear him.
I could just dance.
Yeah.
That's true.
Please don't. Everybody gets punished when he does that. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna start my week real quick.
Okay, go ahead, by all means.
Because I assume we're gonna talk about Smash at the very end.
With everybody, yeah.
With not the very end of the podcast, but the end
Right.
of our weeks.
Just be overly verbose instead.
Yeah,
Great idea
preferably
there.
that.
I have a
That would
great
be
idea.
great. I played Command and Conquer Rivals. You know what this is?
Yes,
I did not.
the terrible mobile game.
It's a mobile game. It's not terrible.
Oh, okay.
It is surprisingly not terrible. I'm actually really enjoying it. It gives me kind of it's not like Crash Royale, but it gives me that same kind of vibe, a little quick hit of a quick PvP game.
Yeah.
It is absolutely, I mean, I never played Command and Conquer, but I know what kind of game it is. It's absolutely not like that at all.
Right.
But basically, you play 1v1. There's three nodes that you have to capture, and it fills up a bar that launches a nuke at the enemy. And so you fight over those three nodes. And you have to hit them. So far, all I've seen is you have to hit them twice for them to actually die. But the interesting thing is, let's say you are winning, but they have been building units and keeping them by their base where you can't see it, and then they flood one of the nodes. Well, wherever the bar is at is where the bar is at.
Okay.
So if they flood it and then take over the nodes, and then they finish it off, then they still hit you. They still whoever's there to fill the bar at the very end.
I gotcha.
So it's kind of a give and take there. I actually really like it. I mean, it's a fun little game. Of course, it's like you get cards, but you don't you don't expend, like, the only way you use the cards are just there to build a deck, a hand, but you don't actually ever draw any other cards. It's just you take those, I think it's like 5 or 6 characters into the battle with you, and you have to build either you can build like a barracks. Hey, you can build a what do they call it? It's something for your vehicles, like and then you can build like a helipad for flying ones. There's a whole lot of stuff you can do, and then like I said, you can only have like you only have 6 per match. So you kind of have to think because they like everything, they each have their strengths of, hey, this thing is good against infantry, and airplanes, but it's weak against vehicles, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know. It's a fun little game. I played a good bit of it. It fills the void right now for me because I've been looking for a good little time waster on my phone, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just a fun little game. I suggest trying it out. I had my expectations were that it was gonna be garbage, and it's not. So
yeah, I could play that exact same game though with Warhammer in Dawn of War 2. Was when they introduced a mode to be able to do that, where you have a limited amount of troops that you can build.
On your phone?
No, but I can play it on my computer.
See, that's the thing. I don't want to play that kind of game on my computer. What kind of defense is that? What kind of defense? That's the main draw.
I already own Dawn of War 2. It's installed right now. I can play it right now.
You can install Command & Conquer Rivals in probably 30 seconds.
Yeah, but if I'm going to play a game on my phone, I'm going to play Fire Emblem Heroes or Dragalia Lost or Dragon Ball
What, you're still playing?
Or...
Holy crap. You're still playing Dragalia Lost.
Yeah.
That is a choice to make.
I play it a little bit every day for like 10 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
Long enough to log in, get my login bonus.
I thought you were still like playing it.
No.
That game is not great.
The only mobile game that I put time into is Fire Emblem Heroes.
That's fine. I understand that. That's your thing. Fire Emblem.
I forgot to talk to you about what I was going to talk to you about with Fire Emblem Heroes.
You did. True.
We'll have to do that at some point.
Still writing?
Oh, I forgot how to do something in the game, and I don't want to look stupid in front of everyone, so I'd rather not.
Oh, wait, if you want to move a character, you have to click on them.
No! Okay. Thanks.
And then to forfeit a battle, you don't have to forfeit that. What are you trying to forget? What did you forget how to do?
I forgot where it is in the menus to like send a hero off for
feathers. Oh, they moved it all. Now it's interact with heroes, I believe.
It's not dumb. The only people who think that's dumb are people like Trey who live and breathe Fire Emblem Heroes.
Because they moved all the menu options, all of them.
I thought I looked through every single like menu, and I just could not find it because I have a ton of heroes that I will never touch ever.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you know, the new update's coming out, so we can play season book 3. So
yep,
and you get a free 5-star.
What did they add book 2?
Book 2 was added in March, I believe.
I think I've played through that. That's the actual story content, right?
Well, they kept adding new stuff to Book 2. Like Book 2 just wrapped up last month.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not done with Book 2 quite yet, but I'm almost there.
Book 2 was pretty good. There's some really good, interesting characters added there.
I could never find a game that I stick with on mobile. I don't know why.
That's fair.
It's not that there's games that I don't like. I like Fire Emblem Heroes. I like that Dragon Ball game that I still have. I like Clash Royale. I mean, I like this game, but yeah. I know I'm going to fall off of it. I don't know why. And it's not that I'm not enjoying it anymore. It's just all of a sudden I don't play it.
Yeah, I see no issue with that.
You know, it's sad.
That doesn't count. That does count against you.
I didn't say the phrase.
You sound just as disinterested as saying the phrase. That my problem isn't the words. My problem is when you say it, you sound so incredibly disinterested that you would rather jump off a bridge than be here. That's my problem.
I can tell you there is nowhere else I would rather be right now than in this chair talking to both of you. All of our wonderful audience.
Just wait till I start talking about 2K, and then
I would rather be jumping off the bridge.
That's when he says there's nothing wrong with that all the time.
Wrong with that. I think you and I, Pat, I think we should both start saying it as well.
Just throw him off.
Just
I probably wouldn't even notice.
Say it after he's gone on a rant about something that's like really thoughtful and everything, and then just
the thing is, when I say it, I mean it. I mean it as like there's nothing wrong with that, you know, like nothing wrong with that. That sounds good.
No one's
you know?
saying there is something wrong
with
it. You're not arguing with anybody.
No, I'm not trying to argue either. I'm just saying I think that what you said
Why
has
you gotta
worth.
say anything at that point?
Because what you said has worth, and I need to segue to the next thing.
You don't though. You just say there's something wrong with that, and then you pause, and then I feel like there's something more coming, and I should know by now there's not, but I still you build me up, and then you knock me right down again, and it hurts. Okay. All right, but what about you, Trey? Because I think Pat only wants to talk about one thing.
Yeah, see. Not only does he have it in caps, but he has it highlighted too. So for my week, I did a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna try and keep it concise. I went back and got the true ending in Valkyria Chronicles 4. True ending was not worth going back to get, honestly. There was no reason for it not to have been available just while beating the game. Basically, when you beat the game, it unlocks 3 skirmishes on hard mode. When you beat those 3 hard skirmishes, it lets you go back to a spot that was not filled in the book from the main game, and you get to go back in time and see some stuff before then, and then a completely unrelated option pops up in the final battle to be able to beat it on hard mode, and if you beat it on hard mode, you get the true ending. And the true ending is the same cutscene as the regular ending, except a character that was not in the regular ending is now in that cutscene. And it was decent, like 2 characters kiss, and that's fine, but like...
Is that it? Is that
yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the change. However, there is a really cool side effect that comes from doing it. That was pretty interesting. So... you're able to get back a character that dies in the story, which is pretty cool. It's considered it's considered completely non-canon because that character's dead.
All right,
but for gameplay purposes, you can get that character back.
100% okay with that. Then.
Yeah, I am too.
Hate it. I hate it when games are like, no, they're back again. Wow, isn't that a shocker?
Yeah. Well, and I honestly expected.
Don't watch Naruto.
Yeah, no joke. I honestly expected in the true ending, when it cuts to the group of people that it does in the regular ending, that character would just be in that group of people for no reason. I was like, here we go, you know? But he's not there, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, he's still canonically dead. Cool. That's good.
Nothing wrong with that.
See, my thing is, in my opinion, that phrase is fine, because there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. I can't say it. I said it.
You said it? No!
All right, well, this has been a podcast.
Well, we'll come up with some. We'll come up with some punishment for me.
Now you actually have to start watching Boruto.
I have been. I've seen 5 episodes.
That's already part of it. Now,
yeah, but he's not watching it.
I've seen 5 episodes.
Now he has to play the Surge and talk about how much better than Dark Souls is.
Add that to the list for next year.
Now he has to play 76.
Oh, 100 hours.
Oh, definitely not 100 hours. Nope.
It's a multiplayer game. You gotta really get the...
Nope.
50 hours?
I will play 25 hours of Fallout 76.
No, why would you buy it?
Don't even pay for it. Just no.
Okay.
It was a joke.
I got out of that punishment pretty quickly.
But I want to. You want me to watch the channel? I'll watch Trey play Fallout 76. Because I want to know Trey's. I want to hear Trey rage about how bad that game is.
What if we say 10 hours?
No, so my biggest problem
play less than an hour and then
less than an hour.
It's 2 hours on. Well, you know, you can get it on Steam. I don't think you can do that on Bethesda's launcher.
I don't think you can either.
My thing is, I don't want them to have any money.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't either.
So, because I would love just like 10 hours, like you said, just 10 hours. That'd be hilarious. I bet it would be amazing because it would be so funny. But
just don't.
It's just not worth it. Well, hey, it was $30 already. Maybe next week it'll be free to play.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the first week of it was free to play.
King, I'm not taking a free copy because then I have to play it. Right now, I cannot play it because the guys won't make me do it.
You give me a free copy, I'll record 10 hours.
Don't tell him that. He'll give it to you.
Oh, maybe you play that game.
We'll come up with a fitting punishment for me. I also finished, or I say finished, I caught up on Gosu. And they introduced some characters from the author's previous work, Yongbi. So I was like, well, I'll go back and check out Yongbi. Gosu is that Korean or Chinese manhwa about the guy who studied under the Absolute Destroyer. The guy who was like the best of the best, but his 4 disciples betrayed him and knocked him off a cliff. And it like broke his spine, so he couldn't fight anymore. And so instead he raised his son to be this avenger, basically, to go kill his 4 students. And then when his son went to go find them, he found out that they were all dead. And he's the most powerful warrior in the world. He's got to figure out what to do with his life. And it was really funny. And there's been some great fights. And he uses a martial art called the Dark Wheel, which is where he just summons a black hole.
Wow.
Just...
Okay, alright, that's pretty cool.
So it's really cool. But because I'm currently caught up on it and I'm waiting for updates, I was like, well, I'll go back and check out his previous work, Yongbi. And man, does it show how old it is. There's like a character that is really well respected in Gosu is being drugged behind a horse with his pants down.
Oh man.
And like there's a moment where Yongbi, there are these people following him and they've hidden themselves in the water with reeds sticking up so they can breathe, so that they can wait for him, and he just pees into the reeds. So yeah, it's got a product of its time when it comes to humor, but it's pretty good so far. Yongbi's pretty tough. And whereas like the main character of Gosu, Gangyong, he's not afraid to kill, he just doesn't kill because they're not the 4 people he wants to kill, right? Yongbi does not have that. I should specify though, Gangyong does not hold back. He just knocks them out without killing them, but is very vicious when he does it. But Yongbi just straight up kills 2 guys right off the bat. And I was like, okay, I'm down for this. So it's pretty fun. Andrew looks very dead, says the comments. Says the chat.
Sorry, I was reading EDF5. I was reading snippets of EDS5 reviews to see if we wanted to talk about it or not.
I mean, it's another EDF game, right? It'll be great.
That's basically what I read. That's basically what I read. Is people were like, I was afraid of series fatigue, but this game is great.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
don't worry, you'll see some gameplay up on this channel. Don't worry. That would be a mean punishment. Be like, Trey, you can't play EDF5 until
how much
the
is
year rolls
EDF5?
over. Full price.
Huh. Full price, like back in the PS2 era, where this game looks like it belongs.
Like it's $60.
Oh crap.
King says Trey's crack his EDF. That would be a real mean punishment to be like, Trey,
dude,
not until
EDF,
January.
I played one EDF game. I don't remember what it was.
Insect Armageddon.
Yes, and I really enjoyed it.
It's a good game.
So what's the difference? I guess it's not the EDF hour.
No, it's fine. I can talk about it for an hour. So the big difference between Insect Armageddon and the main games is that Insect Armageddon was made by Visceral. And was a American take on EDF. They play pretty much the same way, but Insect Armageddon's a little bit more based on story. With things looking a little bit more grimy, you know, to be a little bit more appealing to Western audiences. Whereas the mainline EDF games are just very Japanese. With like lots of bright colors and enemies all over the screen. The whole point of the EDF games are just go kill everything and collect new guns. And so, that's the goal.
Does it have the same stuff? You can't build armor off of, like, it's not like Monster Hunter where you could build armor by killing them. No.
Instead, when you kill them, they have a chance to drop armor crates. And you can get better, like, you can increase your health by picking up those crates from killing the enemies. The weapons that you get are insane. Like, you can start off with like your basic assault rifle and rocket launcher, right? And then eventually you get a rocket launcher that fires rocket launchers. That as it fires them out, it fires rockets from them So you fire it, and you have 8 rocket launchers in the air, and they all fire rockets.
Trey, if you wanted me to buy this game, you should have just opened with that.
I tried to get you to play this game back when we were a part of the previous channel, and you would not play it with me.
No. Not this game. This is EDF5.
That's true. I tried to get you to play EDF 2025.
Yeah, this is a brand new experience.
So, the thing about it, though, is to get those cool weapons, you have to actually, like, give in to the grind. You have to actually go get the... Because you have random weapon drops, basically. And there are 4 different classes, and the weapon that drops could be for any of the 4 classes.
Did you say class?
Yes. So you could get a weapon for the Lancer, which is the powered armor class, while playing as the Trooper. Now, hopefully in 5 they fix that, but it was kind of a problem of, like, I only play Engineer. Well, I only play Lancer, let's be honest. Lancer. Powered armor.
I mean, I could have told you that. Well, not even that. It's just called Lancer, so I assume...
Yeah, I mean, you know. But, like, Wing Diver is the flight-capable one, and all 4 classes have their own individual mechanic as well. So, like, Wing Divers use energy weapons, and their energy weapons use a battery that recharges, but that battery also powers their jetpack. So they have to balance between using the jetpack and using their energy weapons. You have Lancers that are powered armors and can wield super heavy weapons like mortars and grenade launchers, vibro axes, giant chain swords. But while they're doing this, they're really slow unless you utilize their boosting abilities. The regular basic trooper is like, I'm just a soldier, right? Except he gets the craziest guns of all. He gets weapons that can heal. He gets flamethrowers. He gets the rocket launcher that creates rocket launchers. He gets crazy types of grenades. There's one grenade you can throw that when you throw it, it doesn't explode. It's just a physical projectile that puts holes in things.
Wait, is this that game with the giant ants?
Yes.
Yes.
Then you get the engineers who can control turrets, airstrikes, and mechs. Like, literally a giant super robot that drops into the world that you get into that you just...
Yeah, I'll put up this video just to check, just to look at some gameplay real quick, and there's a mech stomping around.
Yeah. I put 712 hours into 2025.
Wow.
That's a great
I'm probably gonna buy this next week when I get paid. Then.
I'm going to buy DF5 for sure.
I liked 2020 or not 20 Instant Armageddon.
Yeah.
But here's the interesting thing. My problem with the Instant Armageddon is once I beat the story, I felt like that was it.
Yeah.
I would have liked a more grindy game.
Yeah. Insect Armageddon only had like 5 or 10, maybe 15 different weapons per class. And the main games have hundreds, you know?
Yeah.
Important thing though, if you were going to get it on PC.
It's on PC?
Yes. These games run terribly on PC.
Nah, it's fine.
They're not optimized for PC at all.
Nah, it's fine.
I'm going to get mine on PS4. That's mainly so I can play it while. So yeah, finish my week real quick. Yeah, the grinding is what makes it fun in my opinion. I really like it. I played the Persona dancing games.
Okay, all right.
How were they?
They're really good. The story is pretty bare bones in 3 and 5D. You get 4 as well if you get the collection, which is definitely the way that it's worth it if you can find a good price for it. Because it's the only way to get 4 on PS4. It's VA exclusive otherwise, which is really weird to me. Why not just release it as well? 4 is still great. 4 was amazing. Had a great story mode. 3 and 5 have a little more bare bones story mode where it's the person who runs the Velvet Room in 3 and the person who runs the Velvet Room in 5, I'm avoiding spoilers, having a competition against each other to see which of their group of characters can beat the other group of characters. You only hear about that happening in the 2 games. There's no actual crossover that I can see where you do, like, dance off between the 2, you know? But the actual, like, dancing's really good. The effects are really nice. The, like, rhythm-based gameplay is really fun. And the remixes of some of those songs.
Yeah.
There is a remix of Rivers in the Desert that is so good. It goes straight into dubstep in a way that I never expected River in the Desert to go, and it was so interesting.
That's cool.
So yeah, those games, I think if you can find the collection, I think it's worth it. I do not think $60 a piece for each game is worth it.
Oh yeah, how much was the collection?
The collection is normal priced $100. I got it for $60 because Amazon priced it wrong when it first went up.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got the best deal possible. That's what I'm saying. If you can get it for a good deal, get the collection because that's the way to do it.
You got your hand right in Jeff Bezos' pocket, huh?
Pretty much.
Getting your fair share.
But yeah, it's a fun game. I like it. I'm gonna play a lot more of it on my own time. Speaking of on my own time, I'm trying desperately to finish Octopath before Game of the Year. I have 3 more Chapter 3s to go, and then all 8 Chapter 4s to go.
So here's my question, Trey. Do you not enjoy it as much as Dragon Quest? Because you blew through Dragon Quest.
So, part of it is that I was streaming Dragon Quest.
Oh, yeah.
And so I could dedicate the 6 hours at a time to Dragon Quest every time. If I wasn't recording Octopath, I could actually probably have already beaten Octopath. But because I have to record it, I can't take the Switch and just, like, take it to bed and do another chapter in bed, you know? And there's a part of me thinks that maybe it'd be worth it to just not record the rest. But at the same time, I'm well over halfway there. Might as well just record the rest, you know? I beat Ophelia's Chapter 3 and Cyrus's Chapter 3 today. So, Artherion's and Ophelia's, not Cyrus's. Cyrus's is the one we're going to do next. Well, Nit's and then Cyrus's. And then just Primrose is left, but then Chapter 4 is to go. But the more I play that game, the more I just wish I was playing it on my own time, because that game's so good. I love it. I will say, though, again, I can't believe that people were saying it wasn't grindy. Because, like, just today, I got into a boss fight that I lost twice, and just the 2 losses took me over an hour. And so, like, that whole boss fight is going to be compressed into 1 episode with fast forwards of just the highlights when I cut that episode together. But the 3rd time, I beat it. So, like, people going, yeah, it's not grindy. It's like, well, if I had started with this character, he would be level 46 right now, like my Alphen is. And it wouldn't have been grindy at all. But since I started with Alphen, this character's only level 38.
I wonder how many people started with that same character then, and that's why they came to that consensus.
Well, and again, that would only be for that character story, right? Everybody else is still going to be not leveled up.
True.
Because, like, I can't take Alphen out of the party, so Alphen's level 46. Nobody else is even level 40 yet. Because I keep switching them out to do their story missions. My lowest right now is still level 32. That's how big the level discrepancy has gotten.
Wow.
And there's nothing I can do about it because I can't take Alphen out of my party. So, you know. What I'm going to do probably is after I beat all the Chapter 3s, I'm going to beat another Chapter 3 tonight before I go to bed. After I beat all the Chapter 3s, I'm just going to do some more off-screen grinding and get everybody to probably at least level 45. And then do all the level 40s, or all the Chapter 4s. But past that, I played Tetris Effect and Astrobot on my new PSVR that Andrew convinced me to buy.
Yeah.
We're going to do a special VR stream this Wednesday. Because we're not doing D&D this Wednesday. And I'm very excited to show you guys that have not seen it, Astrobot Rescue Mission. Because I will fully say right now, that is one of the best games that came out this year.
Uh-huh. It's special.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Very special.
Real good. And then I guess I'll call my week there, because we have one other thing we have to talk about that Pat is excited to talk about, that we can all talk about once he starts.
Now, Pat, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, I've been doing other stuff, kinda. Like, I've been watching some anime still.
He doesn't even care.
Yeah.
You don't even care, Pat. I can tell the way you're talking about. You're like,
Well, that's the thing. I honestly haven't done that much this week because I'm trying to prepare for finals and stuff. Yeah, I did play 2K King. You're not wrong. But I mean, I got farther in Double O.
Better than playing Fall.
How far did you get?
I'm on episode 6 or 7.
Okay.
Which is not that far. But prior to the time that I talked about the last, I was on episode 2. So.
How do you feel about Graham Acre?
He's not my favorite character right now.
He's not your favorite?
My favorite character right now is Shinji.
I don't even remember what Gundam do they pilot.
So Shinji is as of right now. I don't know what happens later.
Shinji is who he's talking about. Soulja Crossroad.
He's the
never mind.
That's hanging out with Louise.
Okay, I was like, I didn't know that name.
I didn't know that one of my 2 best friends in all the world was a soul bro. It's an MHW reference. Soul Bro Ryu. They start 00 on MHW, the Mecha Anime headquarters. They start 00. They start doing their podcast reviews for each episode. And Soul Bro Ryu says, yeah, Soulja Crossroad, he's the king. He's going to be the most important character in this whole anime you guys watch. Everybody else is going, man, I love Lock On. I love Graham. Soul Bro Ryu, the only man on the internet saying Soulja Crossroad. And here's another. Here's a second to stand beside him and say Soulja Crossroad. And I look at both of you and say, you're crazy.
I'm just saying he's a great character.
No.
I think he's a great character, especially because right now, as far as I can tell, he hasn't done anything significant for the story, but what is happening in his little story is beautiful.
Trey, here you said the names reminded me of Lock On.
Yep.
Lock On.
Yep.
Louise almost told him that she loved him, and that was an awesome moment because they
Dude, what is your deal? Nobody cares.
I care
for president of the world.
How do you feel about Soma Pyrrhus?
Terrible with names. You already know this by
That's the girl with white hair.
Oh, she's very interesting.
Okay.
The moment whenever her and
Sergei Smirnov. It's fine.
Yeah. Whenever they were having that headache war, basically, that was really interesting. They also, okay, so I feel like in my defense, they don't say each other's names very much.
Nope.
So it's kind of hard for me to like know who's who, because I'm just like, oh, I know that guy, and I'm like, they'll say his name, and I don't remember who he is, and they don't. And I'm just like, who are you? I don't remember.
It's almost like they know each other pretty well and don't have to say each other's names when they see each other.
What else are you doing when you're watching it?
I mean, eating.
Stop that. Obviously, it's sidetracked.
Stop that.
I'm just terrible with remembering names in general. So it's not helping the fact that they hardly ever say names.
Stop eating.
So
stop eating. Unlimited eating.
I've honestly not done anything else this week, really.
I am Pattrick. Lock on. Lock on.
Y'all are having too much fun with this.
We are.
Yeah, like I was saying, Smash, pretty great.
Yeah,
on Friday, pretty cool. All right,
Smash is a pretty good game. You know?
Game releases.
Smash is a pretty good game.
Dude, I don't want to see Ridley because I just lost to Ridley right before the podcast. I didn't get to unlock him.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how tough these characters are to unlock. I'm gonna pull those people's names up while you do the 5 people.
What 5 people?
That they got the frame data from.
Oh, it's only 5. Wait, only 5.
5 professional players that they got the frame data from.
Of their characters?
Of all the characters. They brought them in
and
had them record the frame data for the CPU.
One thing I will say, I love, I mean, we already knew about some of these changes. I'm going to reiterate that. I love these changes that they've made. I love them. Like being able to easily pick back up where you left off fighting somebody you couldn't unlock. So
I wouldn't say
How do you-
easily.
how
There
do-
are times
what
where
do
it
you
does
mean?
not, where the door does not pop up.
you
What
have to
door?
wait.
What are you talking
a couple-
about?
Okay, so say you lost Ridley, right? And you couldn't unlock him. If you wait and you like play some other matches and stuff, it will reopen and give you the option to just go fight them and challenge them with anyone, which is pretty cool.
I've never had it come back up and do that.
Yeah, it does not happen as often as I would like at all. For instance,
I've only had one character repeat, and it repeated right away.
Well, if they don't repeat, like you go fight and then they appear on their own, you have to go over to the little door thing on the bottom right and actually select it.
What, Dorothy? You are blowing my mind right now.
so in the other stuff, like where you would go to classic.
You throwing up? What are you doing?
It's the medicine. I'm sorry. It's clearing out all the stuff in my lungs. The where you would do classic smash and training and all that stuff, a door can show up there randomly.
They don't tell you this.
Nope, they sure don't. And if you select that door, you can fight a challenger that you have lost to and attempt to re-recruit them.
Ridley.
I'm sure you've probably got at least one person ready to.
Yeah, that's
challenge.
how I didn't
However,
know it was there.
It is very varied, I guess is the right phrase, as to when it'll show up and who will show up when you do it. Because, for instance, I lost to Cloud super early on. And it was this morning before he finally showed up at that door.
Well,
Had you unlocked anybody here recently?
I'd unlocked a bunch of people.
Okay.
Did I tell you that I've learned how the unlocking new challengers, like when they pop, works?
Go ahead and explain it, because I have all the characters now, but there will be people watching that do not.
Oh, I have all the characters.
That's not what I was trying to do.
So
only a couple days, but he's got all 74 characters.
I do.
So the way that you prompt another challenger to approach is based on movement. So, and I got this from a YouTube video that I watched. The guy proved it, and I can't remember his name for the life of me. So I apologize for borrowing his analogy I'm about to borrow. But he gave this analogy where he was like, so let's say that because it's not known what the amount of meters the cap would be for movement, because it tracks your movement as you're playing.
Yeah.
So let's say the max plethora for another challenger to approach is 100 meters.
Yeah.
So you have to move 100 meters, and that bar slowly fills up. So once you hit that 100 meters, you prompt another the next available time you can to get an approach challenger, and you just have to keep lifting up that plethora every single time.
I gotcha.
Well, I know a way to quickly unlock them now because of this gentleman, which I'm going to attempt to do probably later today after this, which basically makes you purposely raise that to as high, that count of meters as high as it could possibly go, and then you just unlock all the characters after that. But it's all solely based on your movement, because he sat there with a second controller and had his opponent just stand there.
Yeah.
And he just moved back and forth over and over and over and over and over and over.
I
over
got
again,
you.
and then immediately popped another one, and that was the way he was able to prove that. That's what.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a lot faster than that. You load the game up, you go to Smash, one stock, pick wherever you want, jump off the side, you die, it pops a challenger, win or lose, you go to the main menu, close the application, open it up, do it again. Every single time you get a challenger.
So
But
like,
I'm pretty sure you have to move a certain distance prior to that, though.
I've been doing it this afternoon. I've been doing that, and every single time, because I'll be like, all right, off the cliff, and just turn around and jump.
that's no fun in my opinion. Why are you guys doing it like this? Why aren't you just unlocking them the regular way?
Because there's
So
certain characters I want to use, and I do have a problem with I have a problem with the fact that it starts. They only give you the 8
Okay,
characters.
let's talk about it now. It's on the docket. Let's just move it up now. We'll talk about it now.
Yeah, it's to me, it's ridiculous when you have a game of 74 characters. And I had a 8-year-old visitor over the weekend, and he wanted to play Smash, and we just bought it on Friday. And I booted up, and yeah, I know there's 74 characters in the game. I know that, Mark. I understand that. There's only 8 characters in the game for us.
So, a lot of people are really mad about this, and I understand why. I wish that we could both have our way, you know? I wish that there was an option to select when you first boot up the game. Do you want to have all the characters unlocked, or do you want to unlock them manually? Because, in my opinion, unlocking all the characters is really fun. Like doing classic mode and getting a specific character. But I understand that for people that wanted to play this game with friends right away, that wanted to play specific characters, and specifically people complaining about how Evo comes up and they need another Smash for, like, another setup for Evo. Well, they go buy a Switch, they buy Smash, they bring it in there, and somebody has to unlock all those characters before they can use that one for Evo. My thing is, for Evo specifically, the people that are playing Smash competitively are probably bringing their Switches with them.
Yeah.
You just use one of their Switches. But I understand why people are upset. So please go ahead. Talk about why this is not okay, and then I'll talk about why it's fun. And we can come to the understanding that both are a problem.
I've seen a lot of people say, well, there should be a switch in the options, or whatever. I don't agree with that. I like unlocking characters.
Yeah.
But give me a decent chunk to choose from at the beginning.
I think 8 is not a bad number.
8 of the original 8 is not okay. If they want to give me 8, mix it up between.
But like, who do they choose? Then, you know?
Well, they just pick it. It's just random. I don't care.
You do it random, people are gonna get real mad.
It doesn't matter. It's better than now, where it's like, okay, well, I had to play these characters that I've been playing my entire life.
I'll let you finish, and then I'll give my counter argument.
I don't want to play Fox a million more times.
I can't find these guys' names at all.
But that's my thing. If you say give me out of 70 characters, give me like 20. I'm not even asking for like half of it. Just like 20, because I like it. I like unlocking them, and I'm at the point now. Like I haven't had a lot of time to play it. Only like last night and then a little bit tonight, and I think I have 20 something unlocked.
It doesn't take that long to unlock them.
Yeah, and I am at a point, and most of them were unlocked just by playing classic mode.
Yeah,
with different characters, and I enjoy it. I like doing it that way. And I am at 20 around. I think it's like 24, 25 characters. I probably have. I was at that point around the 20 mark where there was enough variety of like, ooh, I like this character. I like this character. I want to try out this character. I want to do this, and I think that was a sweet spot. Now, don't give us any of the new characters.
Oh yeah,
you should always have to unlock the new characters.
So
but that's my thing, because I don't agree with the whole make a switch in the options, because it is part of it. Everybody knows with Smash, it's part of it.
Yeah, you unlock the characters. From my side of things, I think those 8 are perfect because that was the original 8. That was what you had in the original Smash game. So then by playing this one, you start with that and you build the roster up until you have this gigantic number of characters that are only there and playable because you unlocked them. You know? Yeah. You brought that cast together by playing yourself. And if you choose to play World of Light, you can unlock all the characters in World of Light.
Yeah.
If you just beat World of Light, you get everybody.
I haven't even touched that mode.
World of Light's a lot of fun. I like it. Pat doesn't.
I don't even know what it is.
So here's my opinion on this whole situation. So I have three big things. So the first one is the only reason I feel like anyone should do what I was talking about doing, where like you're just quickly unlocking characters, is for like wanting to play with your friends, like when you go have a party or something like that. Because that's the only reason I'm doing it, is because I know I'm going to be playing with friends later.
It just sounds super boring, you know?
And I agree, sometimes it can be.
But if that's what you have to do if you're having people over.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, that want to play certain characters.
The other thing, the second thing is, for me, classic mode is fun, but I have to play classic mode like at least 60 something times to unlock all of them that way. Which well, I will get burnt out really quickly.
How is that any different from one match with running back and forth though? At least in classic mode, you're doing a bunch of different things with a bunch of different challenges.
But basically, what I'm doing in classic mode is putting it on 0 difficulty and then almost 2 or 3 shotting them and moving on until the boss. Because I'm trying to unlock them quickly.
I think that's the wrong way to do it right there.
One thing I will say I like. I didn't look too much into it, but I do know. In classic mode, at least for each character has a different
character
challenger. Now I've lost to that before and played through it again
and got a different one. Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a certain if there's 5 or 6 it runs through, but it's guaranteed for if you want Sonic, you can beat classic mode as Mario.
Nintendo put out a thing stating that the 3 different big modes have 3 different ways to unlock characters.
Yeah.
You can unlock characters through World of Light, and you get a set progression depending on the path that you take and get everybody. You can do it through classic mode, and every character has a 1-to-1 correlation, and then a secondary character they can also unlock. Then for regular, just Smash, you have characters that will always be in the same progression. If you just do basic Smashes, you will unlock these characters. And you will always get the same characters in a row that way, as long as you win every time. If you don't win, then you mess the thing.
Well, see, my goal with the game is once I unlock all the characters, I'm gonna go back and play it the way I like to play it, which is playing regular classic mode, but with an actual difficulty, or playing.
Well, and so
why would you just not touch classic mode at that point until after you had everybody?
If so that's what I was saying.
This way to unlock them.
See,
I didn't know that until yesterday.
To me, it's I'm in between on both of it because I'm doing a little cheap thing to unlock some more characters, but I'm not doing it just to I want to unlock certain characters. Okay. Like I just got a Belmont. I just got signed Belmont. So right at this point, I'm probably gonna just go back to playing classic mode because I've got King K. Rool, I've got Belmont, I've got Sonic, I've got some of the characters that I really want.
I will say,
but
this
even
then,
still, it's still I'm still having fun with it, even though I jump off the edge. Because to me, the fun is, oh snap, I'm fighting this super hard Ripley, and so when because even if you, I got the cheap way to get there, but you still have to earn that character, and I like that.
Exactly.
You don't just jump off the edge and then say, "Hey, look!"
Yeah, no, because those fights are tough.
Yeah,
they they know what they're doing.
Isabel almost messed me up, and I was going to be upset if I lost her.
What I was going to say, if you want to unlock specific characters, World of Light's the way to go because you can see who the character is before you unlock them. Before you choose to fight them to unlock them.
I would even say
hours.
It depends.
Yeah,
it depends on who you want.
I would say classic is an easier way because, well, to a certain extent, because classic, if you wanted to, you could look up online the list.
But I mean, if you're not looking up anything and you're wanting Marth, you can get Marth or Villager or Sheik in maybe 8 minutes. Maybe.
I got Ike.
You got Ike? Nice. But if you just walk, you can. World of Light's super easy. If you because you get snacks for beating those first couple challenges, you just feed all those snacks to one spirit, max it out at 99, you walk through World of Light for the most part. So you get to specific challenges in World of Light, and then you have to min-max.
I want to know, we can hold off till a little bit later, but I do want to know what exactly World of Light is, because I haven't even touched it.
Real quick, though, just to finish up there, I definitely understand people that need to rush to unlock the characters, but I think if you need to rush to unlock all the characters, then you should probably just do regular Smash. Just don't touch anything else. You have them all, and then once you have all these characters, then you can just do whatever you want. Because trying to mix and match between the 3, that's how I unlocked them all really quickly. But if your goal is just to unlock everybody, then you're just going to burn yourself out. You know,
Yeah,
like
see, I've gone between the classic and the regular Smash, but for me, like I said, I haven't touched World of Light because to me, I'm like, well, I mean, I already doing my traditional Smash stuff.
Yeah.
And I will say it was really cool, for Mark to, because if he won, he would be able to fight and unlock the character, and that was he enjoyed that. But there were times where the character was strong, and I was like, I guess a kid wouldn't be able to beat him.
I think for those, if you can't beat them when they do that, they expect you to fight in World of Light, because in World of Light they're not that strong.
Yeah, they're not. Okay.
No.
So to me, it kind of sounds like they treat Smash, the regular Smash in Classic, as a more competitive. They treat it from a more competitive point of view.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
you're wanting to best your opponents in those mode. Where World of Light, if I'm not mistaken, is like the story mode,
right? Where
the main focus is to follow the story,
right?
Which I do like that. Then I like that there is that option.
I do too. But yeah, we'll get into World of Light real quick. Is there anything else you guys want to say about the unlock? I feel like Ad is not satisfied with what we've said.
That's that.
The world froze. I have no idea what you said.
Now, am I lagging?
Everyone is lagging now, so am I.
Okay.
Okay, let's try that again.
Hello?
I mean, the only part that I could even remotely say I was aggravated about at all was just the fact that, like, we were all kind of dead set on our own way of doing it, and the only point that I was making was that I was doing that specifically so I could unlock the character.
Yeah.
And then because I like playing classic mode, so I planned on playing classic mode with the characters I wanted to get better at on higher difficulty levels later. So I wasn't saying, like, I'm just doing this because I want to beat the game, get all the characters, and then stop playing it. Like, my full intention is to complete all of the classic modes with every character quickly, and then go back and play the ones that I want to, like, actually get better. Yeah. And then I'm probably gonna play the adventure mode some more later. I didn't even know about the snacks and stuff like that. Yeah, I had no idea about how that worked, so I'll probably play more because of that. But
I guess my confusion comes from the idea of needing to unlock everybody before you play with friends, when you could just all unlock the characters together just by playing together. You know what I mean? Like, if you just have 4 people playing together, playing with the original 8, after basically every match, with the amount of moving you're gonna have, I don't think it lets you do that in multiplayer like that. It does let you do it in multiplayer.
Let you do what exactly?
You can unlock characters while playing with somebody else. Just whoever wins the match has to fight the character.
That's what Mark and I did. Yeah, if you get to fight the challenger.
Yes, I didn't know that. But I mean, I'm not playing with anyone.
That was something that I was impressed with. I was like, so at first I was like, well, I'm player 1, so I guess it'll always pick me. And then he beat me, and then
whoever wins,
he had to fight. I was like, oh yeah, I was like, hey man, you better be on your A game. You're about to unlock the. But in my main issue is just the starting roster, because like all fighting games that I can think of, I think you unlock. Don't you normally unlock a couple characters?
It depends on the fighting game. It really depends.
I knew it was standard when we were younger.
When we were younger, you had 4 to 6 characters to start with.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's now I'm saying, like, what was it? Mortal Kombat, I think you had to unlock somebody. But my thing is, it's the
Injustice. You had to unlock people too, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. That's my problem. Is the number. I like unlocking them. I just wish you, with a roster that big, that was my. I had a disappointment immediately, because I was like, oh, that's cool, and then I was like, oh wait, I don't have any.
Yeah.
Like, I already know all these characters. I got them all down. That was my problem. Or if they would have thrown like 20 characters in, it's like, okay, that's enough, I feel like, for most people to be satisfied and just be able to play the game, and just, unless they're immediately having like a Smash party.
Yeah.
Then be able just to kind of chill with it.
I guess that was my confusion, though, of just like, why don't the whole party just play together, you know, and unlock them.
Well,
because I've seen a lot of people throwing a fit about it, and some people honestly being jerks about it, being like, you know, well, you do 3D gamers don't understand what games were like when we were younger. It's like, stop gatekeeping. But like, other people getting genuinely mad and like sending letters to Nintendo and tweets to Nintendo being like, you didn't make this game for us, you made this game for money, and it's like, man, people are stupid.
Well, they did make the game for money. That's how business works. But that's for me. That's my main complaint is I didn't want all of them from the get go. I would have just liked to start with more. But like I said, I didn't even get to play that much. I got to play Sunday night, and then maybe 30 minutes or whatever. Yeah. Maybe an hour after work today. And I'm at a point where I'm just like, okay, yeah, I got enough. I mean, sure, I would like to have Ridley, but I know, like, okay, I'll get a chance to fight him again. Yeah. So whatever.
And I guess for clarification, Pat, that's why I was confused. It wasn't a like, you're stupid. It was like, but why not just unlock him with everybody? You know?
No, but I do understand. Like, I'm sure, and I'm sure it happened a lot, and I'm sure that's where a lot of anger comes from. Oh, Smash is out. Sweet. This weekend we're gonna have a Smash party, and then whoever the person is that owns the Switch, which
has to unlock everybody,
could very well be Pat. It's like, all right, well, you better put the time in if you want all your friends to have a good time. Yeah, because you know you have a friend that mains Jigglypuff, you have a friend that mains Duck Hunt, you have a friend that wants to try to main King K. Rool. Yeah. So.
Well, too bad for them. Yeah. They got to play somebody else till you unlock them. That's the way I look at it.
You know? Like, that's what
they can get their own Switch if they want to throw a fit about it.
Well, that's the thing. They're not throwing it. They cannot like something and not be throwing a fit though.
Well, no, I'm talking about like if you bring your Switch somewhere and people are throwing a fit about it. Like, you didn't take the time to unlock this character. It's like, well, bring your own Switch then.
Oh no, it's not about. I'm assuming they're mainly not talking about the player. They're not complaining about the player. They're complaining because. Well, Billy, like, they're complaining because they don't get to play their main when they were able to easily last game, basically. Yeah. That's how it works. Yeah. Because the general population is not going to want to dump time into unlocking all 74 people. Right. I've seen people online saying, hey, I'm never going to be able to see all of it, which that does suck. But I think that the reason it's such a big thing now with this game is because there's so many characters. Yeah. Yeah. And because I brought them all back, everybody's like, "Oh, well, I want to play Snake finally. I want to play Snake again. But I can't do it."
Snake beat me so many times.
I think that's the last character I think I like am dying for. But like once again, I found a character, and maybe by unlocking a character that I hadn't really tried because they're brand new, King K. Rool. Yeah, that's my boy. I love King K. Rool.
Well, the way that I unlocked just about everybody was by playing with somebody, unlocking somebody, then trying that character out, because all the characters have been changed. Trying that new character, winning a match with that new character, and then it popped up, hey, another challenger, you know? And so then I played with that new character, and
that was my thing, I think, with I think that's what helped. That's what helped me be okay with it, because like I beat classic mode with Fox, and then I beat classic mode with Mario, and then I beat classic mode with Link, and then I got King K. Rool, so I beat it with King K. Rool, and then I unlocked this person, and then I beat it with Sonic, and then I beat it with this person, and I did enjoy hopping around, especially because a lot of those characters. I mean, there's so many characters throughout all the years that I know I haven't really touched a majority of them. Yeah, and so I did enjoy that. Even the character, like I said, even the characters that I've already played, like Sonic. I love Sonic. I love playing as Sonic. I already know how to play him, but it still felt different enough for me. Yeah. That I still enjoyed playing through classic. Yeah. To me, I think classic mode. If you just want traditional Smash, classic mode could hold me over for a long time because I already have in my head that I want to beat classic mode with every character. Yeah. And it may not be hard, but you can set to 0 or whatever. But that's a starting. But in my mind, that's a starting for me. I want to beat all of them, even if it's the most basic difficulty. And then once I beat all of them, then I want to go back with my main characters and then try to up the difficulty to max it out. So yeah. To me, I could 100% play this game with just. I mean, I like that they have options, obviously, but for me personally, I could just play classic mode and be completely happy.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, I agree too. Like I was saying, the game is great. I mean, I feel like what King was saying earlier with like maybe there is a cheat code for just the time being that the system is on that allows everyone to be unlocked. So if you have a party like that, you could do that. That'd be cool.
Old games used to do that a lot.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's a good idea, having it as a temporary unlock.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
But at the same time, like, I mean, I'm gonna get through it one way or the other. So eventually, I'll have all the characters, and then I can start grinding and getting better with the characters that I want to by playing classic mode on full strength. So,
well, allow me to say this to everybody watching and everybody that's gonna watch the VOD later. Pat and I are still friends. This conversation did not stop us from being friends, no matter how heated people think it may have gotten. I thought we were being pretty reasonable with each other.
Oh, I hate both of y'all. No. I hate both of y'all. I wasn't even disagreeing, but I hate both of y'all now.
What has your attention so much, Pat? What are you doing?
So
I'm watching porn.
Yeah. No, I found that whenever I am doing something that doesn't require very much like of my brain while I'm talking with you guys, I'm a lot more active in the conversation, because if I'm just sitting here like talking with you guys, for some reason my brain is just like trying to do other things, and I think it's because like I'm ADD or something like that. But I found that if I just mess around with clicking on my computer for a little bit, okay, I can better focus on what y'all are saying. So
I saw your eyes following something, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
I guess we're just not interesting enough.
This is like it helps me like being able to focus on y'all's conversation more.
I guess for me, because I've got the stream here and I'm watching our audio and I'm watching the chat and I'm watching the docket.
You have a bunch of stuff you're focused on, and I'm just focusing on you guys.
You're right.
And my brain doesn't work that way at all.
I do agree. I have to kind of look around. I gotta
split everything.
Otherwise, if I focus too much on it, my mind's like, and then the pirates sing the shanty, and then
or like I start like getting sleepy because like my brain's just like one thing.
Oh, it'll happen to me at work where somebody's explaining something in depth. I already understand what they're saying, and once I understand it,
then you just tune out.
To me, I'm just like, I'm watching them talking, and in my brain, I'm just like, Sonic the Hedgehog with a pirate hat on. Oh, man.
See, I thought for sure Andrew was going to say a minute ago when he has to think about something else so that he can stay focused, that he was going to be thinking, Trey's such an idiot. I wish he'd stop talking about the Predator.
I just sit there. I'm sitting there at work. God, Trey just won't shut up. He's still messaging about the Predator. Yeah, dude, we haven't seen it. He knows this. Did I bring a bagel for lunch?
So real quick, before we move on from Smash, I'll hit World of Light. Because I put about 6.5 hours into World of Light. Maybe 7 hours into World of Light. On stream. We're going to do another 6 hours tomorrow. World of Light is not a adventure mode. It is a spirit mode that is an adventure. So it is all about collecting spirits and unlocking fighters in the process. It is all about, and I will not spoil one of the best moments that I have not put in the moment of the year section for the docket until both of you have got there, if you're going to do it. But it happened to us on stream, and we lost our minds. Because World of Light is a mode all about collecting different spirits from various different games. My main spirit right now, my main team of spirits is Groudon, the Pokemon, Chun-Li, Metal Sonic, and Captain Rainbow. It's it's real weird.
I agree with that.
Your damage and the amount of damage you take is directly tied to your power. And if your power is not higher than their power, they will do more damage to you and will take less damage from you. And I will reiterate that for Andrew real quick. It is directly tied to power. We tested it. I went into a match at one point where my spirit power was an accumulated like 23,000 or 2,300. and the enemy spirit power was an accumulated like 9,600, and I did almost no damage to them at all. Then I went back in with a team that was like right about 9,000 and put up an amazing fight, and we won no problem. Because I also had the color advantage. So it's power advantage and color advantage are super important. Andrew, what are you doing? So the other thing is that you can level your spirits up and they can evolve if they're a spirit that has a second form. And it'll tell you at the bottom, it'll say spirit changes at level 99. You get snacks, or you can level your spirits by fighting in spirit-related modes with them. So either in World of Light or on the spirit board. If you want to do it with snacks, you can level them up super quickly with snacks. I accidentally got Metal Sonic to 99 without even trying.
I saw that.
The levels, of course, directly tied to power. You can dismiss spirits to summon new spirits. I summoned Hector. And Hector's ability is that if you have Hector, you have hyper armor while you're charging your side smashes.
Wait, did you check to see if you can upgrade spirits by doing spirit fighting and regular smash?
So they don't level up outside of the spirit mode.
So it has to be in the spirit mode.
Yes. But it's super easy to level them up, and you can go back and find a bunch of cool challenges in there. There are puzzles in the world that require you to basically like find switches or have a specific spirit that can do a specific thing. So like at one point I found a boat. I don't know if Andrew realizes he's been muted or not when he's been talking.
I just unmuted it. I was like, eventually I was like, can y'all even hear me?
I'm sorry, I was so focused on my explanation.
Oh no, I was like, hello. Are you serious? Because I had a problem on my mic where I hit the button and it doesn't actually unmute.
Oh, I got you.
That doesn't matter.
So at one point I found a boat, and I had to have somebody that could use the boat as a spirit to be able to use that boat. I found a big rock that was in the way, and I had to go find something that could blow up that rock. And so it's really cool just gathering the spirits. And every challenge with the spirit is a fight with an enemy that is a fighter in the game that is themed like the spirit. So, for instance, I got the Otacon spirit. And the fight to get Otacon from Metal Gear Solid was Dr. Mario in a black suit and a giant Rob. Because it was the Metal Gear.
Nice.
And just like all kinds of stuff like that. It's really cool. And I think people should give it a shot that haven't been. But it is not tied to skill with how you play. It is very much tied to the level of your spirit, except for when you fight the enemy fighters. Spirit power does not matter there. Like to unlock them, that is dependent on your skill. But they're not as difficult then as they are in the. There are also boss fights, and those boss fights are pretty cool.
The boss fights, are they characters that you can play as in the game, or is it?
It depends.
It depends. Okay. I know like some of the classic. There's some interesting bosses in the classic mode.
There sure
certain
are
characters. Yeah.
I got into one of the toughest fights that I've had in a video game all year. When I fought Bison. Dictator.
Like in Bison.
It was Ganondorf with Bison's spirit.
Oh man.
I was playing as Link because I've been using Pat's rule, where anytime I unlock a new character, I have to play as that character until I unlock another new character in World of Light. So I was playing as Link. It made it really fun. I've had some tough times, like when I got Olimar and had to play as him for a little while.
Whoa, don't be bashing Olimar.
But I was playing as Link. It was a stamina battle, so we both had 150 health, and that Ganondorf was intense. That dictator was intense. They gave him the Franklin badge, so he deflected all projectiles. Because he's in Bison. That's what Bison does, is deflect projectiles. And I fought him for, what was it, King? Like 20, 30 minutes? Just over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, bashing my head against him until I got his moves completely down, was calling out his mule kicks on screen, Like, just rolling out of the way and going mule kick and dodging as he was doing it. Because I got him down so good before I was finally able to beat him. It was such a good boss fight, man.
Wow.
People
I
need
need
to
to
play
play
World of Light.
more.
Invited.
People need to play World of Light. It's really good. So yeah, we should probably move on to the rest of the podcast, huh? You guys have any final thoughts on Smash?
So far, I'm loving Inkling and King K. Rool a lot. Like, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, who's mains? Inkling and K. Rool so far?
Inkling K. Rool, I'm betting when I get more time with Simon Belmont, I bet he'll be up there.
Okay.
And then, of course, the traditional Fox, Sonic. I like Donkey Kong. There's a whole bunch. A whole bunch of them.
Pat?
Yoshi, still. Which I don't think he's changed at all, except for his Final Smash. He's exactly the same. Yoshi.
His new Final Smash is pretty good.
Yeah, it is really good, honestly. Yoshi, Link. I found out I'm actually a lot better at Link than I thought I was.
You were really good with Link.
Yoshi, Link. I really like Pac-Man. I'm not very good with Pac-Man yet, but I really like Pac-Man.
Yeah, there's some good kit there.
And that's about it, I think. Those three.
Man. Dude, what is with your character choices?
Ike, of course, still from back in the Brawl days. Richter. Oh, Richter. He speaks to me.
The combo is ridiculously unfair.
He's so good. Richter's so good, man. Yeah, Ike, Richter. I'm really liking the new Duck Hunt. Like the small changes they made to Duck Hunt's real good. Got to play a little bit as him. And then past that, I'm a big fan of what they've done with Bowser. I think what they've done with Bowser is incredible.
Yeah, I like Bowser.
I've been playing a lot of new Bowser. I actually think, Pat, you're probably going to love this. I actually think Ivysaur is now my favorite out of Pokemon Trainer. Whereas before it was Squirtle. Ivysaur's so good now.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Ivysaur
Incineroar.
Really
Incineroar is pretty fun.
I haven't played Incineroar yet.
He suplexed me to death when I tried to fight him.
And I really like Ken. Like, Ken is a lot of fun.
He's just an Echo Fighter. Come on now.
He's really good. And Crom's really good.
Just
I was surprised by how good Crom actually is. I want to spend some more time as Ridley. Try and get better as him. And then I want to spend a little bit more time with Inkling.
Yes.
Because Inkling seems really cool. But
you actually run on the
yeah, and you have to manage your Ink.
Yeah, you have to watch like your tank on the back to see like, okay, well, if I throw my grenade, that's going to be the rest of my ink.
Yep. Now I'm just waiting for Piranha Plant.
Yeah, I have to go redeem my.
You need to.
Yeah.
So normally we would go into the rest of the podcast, but since we've been talking Smash, I'm going to talk about this right now. The first bit of news before we get into game announcements or anything from the Game Awards. Joker for Smash!
Yeah.
Joker from Persona 5.
Yes!
Let's clarify. Not Batman Joker.
And, the main reason that he's going to Smash Brothers, right?
Coming to the Switch.
No, it's because he's got to go there to steal Yoshi's heart, because Yoshi's been committing tax fraud like crazy.
Finally gets to come up. So this to me was brain meltingly crazy because it came out of nowhere.
Yep.
And it also means that yes, Banjo is coming to Smash.
I'm almost positive it's Banjo.
They made a deal with Sony. They're gonna make a deal with Microsoft.
Yeah, I don't see there being any other way.
And then who else do we get for the other three?
No.
Oh man, who knows? Master Chief, Marcus Phoenix.
Microsoft is not getting 3 out of the 5.
Sly Cooper.
The McLaren from Forza Horizon 4.
If they get Dante and Crash.
Dude, Pat, shut up. I just thought about that. Sly Cooper and Smash.
If they get Dante in Smash, PlayStation All-Stars will now be dead.
They need Crash. Dude, just imagine they had Crash, Spyro. I'm thinking just Crash, Spyro, Sly.
There's no way Sony's getting all the slots either.
Oh, no. There's no way.
Like, Sony and Microsoft are going to each get one slot for sure.
Crash and Spyro aren't Sony.
I think Square gets a slot, and the option goes to Sora, you know?
Yeah, that to me is a no-brainer.
Then the question, who gets the last 2 slots?
Dante.
Sly Cooper, man. Sly Cooper would be so awesome in Smash.
I mean, I also think Capcom might get it, and it would go Dante. Or Monster Hunter. It could go, like, the main, like, Hunter.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I'd be okay with either one of those.
Yeah. Then who gets slot 5?
Well, so what do we have so far? We got Banjo, Dante,
Sora, Joker, Mysterious 5th slot.
Mysterious 5th slot.
What big game company hasn't been represented there? Battle Bus.
Shut up.
Now we're talking. Battle Bus is the ultimate. It writes itself. The final Smash. Battle Bus.
No idea how upset I would be.
Battle Bus flies across the screen and 100 little Fortnite players.
That's when I would send. That's when I would start sending letters.
They all shoot and they all do the.
I don't know what a character from Octopath Traveler. There you go.
I mean, I would be super down for that, but just add all 8 as one character.
You down B?
It's like Pokemon Trainer. You just down B.
No, you could do it even better than that. The side B, it switches have the sprite, and whichever one was the last one that moved, that's the sprite that's still on screen. So, like, if you use the side B, then it becomes Hanit's bow. Or if you use the regular B, then it becomes Cyrus's magic. Use the up B, then it becomes Oberic's, like, charge upwards. And if you use the down B, then it would be, like, Alphen's amputation. And then, like, the 4A smashes would be the other 4 characters.
Yeah.
And then the final smash is all 8 of them coming out and doing their big thing together. And then it goes, Octopath Traveler!
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Isn't that Square as well?
Yeah, it is.
What do we have left? I'm trying to think. What games are on Switch?
Well, it doesn't have to be specifically Switch. It can be any Nintendo platform.
I'm trying to think of
Joker was in Persona Q2 for 3DS. That's how he qualified.
Oh, it's so obvious. A character from ARMS.
There are already assist trophies in the game.
All of them?
Not all of them, but like there's spirits in the game too. Like Twin Tails' a spirit in the game.
If they're never mind. That's the one.
And remember, these 5 aren't going to be Nintendo. These are from third parties.
Are they all 5? Do we know?
That's what it seems like.
Okay.
From what Reggie was saying.
So it's what it seems like. I'm trying to think what else. A Overwatch character.
The Lair from Software.
It's either going to be that or a character from Diablo.
Yeah.
Something that you don't think, you wouldn't think of.
Stay a while and listen.
Oh, I didn't think of that character. That'd be awesome. He's just an Echo Fighter character.
Yeah.
Echo Fighter of Jigglypuff.
And instead of the upbeat putting people to sleep by song, it's Dr. K just going.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
I'd be so down for that.
It's so dumb, but it's so perfect.
We should move on. So the Game Awards happened.
Yep.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about there. Bunch of new games that were announced. I would rather save for the end the breakdown of who won, who lost.
I don't mind.
And final thoughts of like the Game Awards themselves. But for now, we'll just do the announcements real quick. Marvel,
blow through some of this.
Yeah, I think we can too, because we talked about most of it during the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 Black Order.
Super hype.
I'm ready for
Super hyped for that.
Switch exclusive.
Yep, I'm down.
Nintendo went all out.
They really did. What if that's the 5th Smash person is from Marvel and it's Spider-Man?
Oh man. That'd be
If
crazy.
it's Trey, shut up. If it's Spider-Man, I'll probably cry.
I probably would too, honestly.
No. They were gonna do Spider-Man, and then Stan Lee passed away. So in honor of it, Stan Lee will be the character in Smash.
They wouldn't do that because then you would hit Stan Lee.
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't do that. But I'm just imagining playing as Stan Lee and all are like his characters, like Spider-Man's web shooter. He kind of phases out, and you kind of see a glimpse of Spider-Man use the web shooter and stuff like that. I want that now.
That'd be really good.
Put it in Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, there you go. After that, we have Far Cry New Dawn.
This actually looks awesome.
Looks pretty good.
It looks really good.
I'm down for it.
Post-apocalyptic Far Cry. Like Mad Max, full-on crazy. I'm actually excited.
I'm game.
Good.
And I think it's like February.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out super fast.
Spider-Man's Final Smash. That's so good. It's just dark.
No, if they're doing Marvel, it's gotta be Thanos.
Yeah.
To tie into to Avengers Endgame.
And his Final Smash has the battle bus fly by.
They fly by, but they don't do any damage.
Yeah, they don't actually do anything. They just fly by and he waves with the Infinity Gauntlet.
They die, and then the ash is actually acidic, and that's what hurts.
Yeah. It's super dark.
Right here.
After that, we had Hades, which I have not had the chance to play yet, but I have downloaded, and I am excited to play it.
Super Giant.
Yep. Early access.
Did it
Available
again.
now.
Only on the Epic Game Store.
Yep. I'm down. Maybe I can get a Hades skin for Fortnite Season 7.
What is it with you guys on Fortnite now? I feel like you just like the fact
we
that
gotta,
it bothers me
we
so
gotta
much.
make all these Fortnite jokes now because the Game Awards was all about Fortnite.
God, I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fork Knife. I'm sorry, I pronounced it wrong.
Fork knife.
Oh.
Let's get a selfie.
God, shut up.
So I just want to point out, it was found out that half the jokes that were written at the Game Awards came from Kyle Bossman and the other half came from someone else.
Oh boy.
That's what it was you.
I'm just saying, some of those jokes are really good. The other half were... After that, we had Crash Team Racing Nitro.
Jones.
No. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled was announced.
Yeah, Crash is back again.
So,
Please
Crash
let
is
there
back.
be Spyro in the game.
I really want Spyro to be in the game.
They I'm telling you, they didn't waste all this time remaking these assets to not use them.
Yeah, I agree.
What are y'all doing?
Talking about games. After that, we had The Outer Worlds. Look pretty cool.
Yeah, apparently the developers are saying basically Fallout 76 but in space.
Yeah.
Which is good. That was the best one.
Oh, I forgot to add it on here. Atlas.
Yes.
Yes.
Which looked pretty
That
cool.
game looks
It's like
so
a
good.
pirate MMO.
But also fantasy with dragons.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
sounds
basically
really
Ark,
cool.
but
No,
But
hold
in
on.
the water, isn't
It sounds really cool until you find out it's by the developers.
Yeah. I don't trust the servers to actually be good.
I don't trust them to not keep an early access full price for years on end.
While they
and
sell
then
DLC for it.
and then release 2 expansion packs still in early access. And then the price goes up when they exit early access. But that's neither here nor there.
After that, Ashen. It looks okay.
It looks like an RPG game. I mean, I don't know. It looks cool.
Welcome to the stream. Gonna get that. After that, we had Dragon Age Dread Wolf Rises.
I'm excited for more Dragon Age.
Yeah, I am
but
too.
I'm also scared.
There's an article that has me a bit concerned.
Oh no.
That was put out where the lead writer on the game said that this one was going to be more diverse and politically driven. And my question is, Dragon Age is just about as diverse as it gets already.
Dragon Age has also always been very politically driven.
And that's my thing, is Thedos has its own politics. What are we adding to it? Like, it's already failing under the weight of its own politics. It doesn't need any more added to it.
Unless it's a sort of a way of saying that you're going to be talking more and fighting less.
Yeah.
If they're actually saying that there is more literal politics in it.
Yeah. They might be. We'll see. Either way, Dreadwolf is a pretty cool storyline in the other games, so I'm hoping that it continues to be really cool here. After that, we had the Pathless was announced at Game Awards. That was pretty cool looking. It looked all right, you know.
I don't remember what
that was. The one where she was in the boat and she got out of the boat and she
yeah. I remember this now.
Yeah. After that was Mortal Kombat.
It looked kind of like Fury.
Yeah, it did look kind of like Fury. After that was Mortal Kombat 11. Looked pretty good.
I'm super hyped for this.
Waiting to see
whenever they played that video, man.
Waiting to see some more information before I really give myself to the hype, but you know. After that was
they gave you nothing.
That's fine. 21 Savage wrote that piece just for that song. And I'm in for that.
And that's what's gotten most people out, Pat.
After that was Psychonauts 2 was announced.
Woo!
That looks really good.
You want to see me get emotional? There you go.
Looks really good. Gonna be on Fig first, but we'll see how that goes.
We don't know that.
No, they announced it. It was on the trailer. It said on Fig.
I was too busy being emotional. And then afterwards, I remember it being published by Starbreeze Studios, who recently got rated. So
we'll see. We'll see.
It's never come out, is it?
After that, this was not at the Game Awards, but it got announced today. Monster Hunter World Iceborne, the expansion to World. Very commonly with Monster Hunter games, they will take the game, and then about a year after release, they will add an entire another game to it. Thank you, Andrew. They will add an entire another game to it, and just call it an expansion. This is when you see the G series of any Monster Hunter game, like Monster Hunter G Frontier, Monster Hunter Frontier G, or when you see an Ultimate, like Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. They add an entire another game to that Monster Hunter game and just continue the story from there with more difficulty, more monsters, things like that. Yeah, we're about to get into that, King, because it's actually pretty cool. They announced a lot of cool stuff about Monster Hunter World while they did it. Nargacuga was confirmed being in this one, which is super hype. I love Nargacuga. Barioth is almost completely confirmed because it's an ice continent, very close to the continent that we're on in Monster Hunter World. And that means there'll be a lot of the ice monsters there. And if you've ever played a Monster Hunter game, you know that there are a lot of ice monsters in Monster Hunter. So they didn't tell us how many new monsters, but they did say there would be new monsters, new locales, new gear, new weapons, stuff like that. So they're probably not gonna add any new weapon types, though. I'd love it if they had Confus, but there will be newer versions of all the weapons and things like that. It will not be a free expansion. It will be a paid expansion. A lot of people are caught up on that. They think it's gonna be free, because they've been doing free updates for the game. And it will be coming out in autumn of next year. And a little ways to wait, but very excited for
the game. The game has enough content.
Yes. Very excited for that. If you are already excited for that, starting the 11th, which is tomorrow, you can play the game for free, completely for free. Can make it all the way up to 4-star rank quests for free. And then you can take that save and carry it over into the actual game when you purchase it. It's a free trial. Really cool. The free trial will only be available for 7 days. Starting the 11th to the 17th. If you have ever wondered about should you play Monster Hunter World, yes is the answer. And now you can do so for free for a little while. And you can carry that save over. So even if you don't buy it right away, you'll still have that save on your hard drive. Buy the game later, there's your save. You're good to go. They're also going to be a crossover with Geralt of Rivia, who has brand new lines recorded by his voice actor in all the main languages the game is in.
That's crazy.
Cool.
Full story mode looks like with him there. Cutscenes and everything, so. Alright. I'm down for that. But yeah, I'm loving some more Monster Hunter World, man. I still say Generations Ultimate is the better game because of the amount of content, but World is the better game in the way that it plays. And if Iceborne brings World up to the, even close to the level of content that Gen Ult has, then it's the better game. There you go. You know?
I also like the expansion plan because that means that Monster Hunter World is probably going to be the Monster Hunter game for a while.
Yes.
And they'll just release expansions and free updates. I mean, I just need to get back into it.
It's real good, man. It's worth it. It is one of the best games that came out in 2018. I firmly believe
I'm gonna do a refresher on it. For game of the year.
I haven't played that in a while.
It's worth it.
It's one of those things. It's like I said, but I didn't stop playing it because I stopped enjoying it.
Right.
I can't tell you why. I loved every second of it. I don't know why playing it.
Yeah.
I know why I stopped playing it, but that's because other games came out. That's the only reason, really.
Yeah. I don't believe that's true, Pat, because I remember you telling me that you would have played it more if you'd have played with us. I remember you saying that.
The other reason is definitely because I don't have anyone to play it with.
And I believe I remember telling you, let me know when you want to play, and it's always downloaded on my console.
Yeah, but we have other games we're playing, Trey.
Yes, but we can also play Monster Hunter.
There's always time for Monster Hunter.
It's true. It's true. Hunts don't take that long.
What are y'all doing over here?
So after that, we got to talk about this because this was crazy. Bethesda pulled a Bungie.
What?
There was an update for Fallout 76, and Bethesda fixed a couple things they needed to fix, and they increased storage for some things they needed to increase. But then they released the production, or reduced the production rates for obtaining some materials, and reduced the storage amount that you could hold of those materials in the extractors, increased the health on some mobs, and increased the spawn rate on some mobs, and put none of that in the patch notes. So all of a sudden, people were... Oh, also they increased the amount of burnout, I guess is the right phrase. How quickly your fusion cores wear out.
Yeah.
And that wasn't in the patch notes either. So anybody that was playing noticed it immediately, from what I've been told, that things were different. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what? People are already upset with your game. Why would you do this?
Because they're a bunch of crazy people. It's the only explanation. They wanted to see how far they could stretch it. That's the only explanation. Let's see how little we can do and see how much money we can make.
I guess so. I don't even know if there's anything else really to say at this point other than just why.
It's just pathetic. I mean, it really, yeah, why?
Because,
like, that should be the final thing. Why?
The people that
Remember talking about the other thing they did?
What's that?
With the releasing the information and all that stuff? Did we didn't talk about that last week, did we?
What are you talking about?
Where they released
the support
everyone's
tickets.
information?
Didn't we talk about that last week?
I thought we talked about it during this week in our group chat, but not on the podcast.
We might not have talked about it this week. Or last week, I mean, on the podcast. Yeah, they released everybody's... They released tons of people's personal information.
I'm like,
because
they have to be getting sued for this.
System. They will be. Don't worry, they will be. Because Europe will sue them. Oh, I forgot we didn't talk about this. There was no. The problem is there was leak though, King. Because what happened was, if you put in a support ticket, your support tickets were sent to random people, and only 5 people came forward and said they were sent to them. But who knows how many more they were actually sent to. if you followed the account information on that support ticket, the person who posted links with pictures could see people's credit card information. They could see their addresses. They could see their emails. They could see their IP address. They could see everything.
Yeah.
All of it.
That beautiful little tied up package waiting for them.
How do you even... And like I said, the 5 people that said they could see it came forward and said, you know, hey, we're not doing anything with this, but we want to let you know this is happening. And good on those 5 people. But what if there were more than 5 people?
Oh, I'm sure there has to have been.
The problem. What are you doing, guys? How are you still going to be making games in 2018 using such an old engine and just pooping everything up?
This is the thing that is going to get them sued by the EU for personal information being leaked out, because the EU does not appreciate that at all. America could do it as well. Australia could do it as well if they decided to. But, like,
what are you doing?
Bethesda's in a bad place right now, man. And the fact that nobody's... What has Todd Howard said?
I believe the last thing publicly was by Skyrim.
Probably.
Hold on.
What's up? Everything okay?
Hold on. Okay. Somebody pulled into my driveway over there. You should back around. The wrong. Just so everybody knows, this is the wrong drive to pull up in.
Todd Howard has no social media. You need to check out P9 for that. I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about actual, like, conversations.
They came to him. They came to him and said, "Hey, this is all falling apart." And he said, "I told y'all, we should have just stopped at Skyrim. We should have just released Skyrim on phones.
Well,
on brain chips."
Speaking of other weird release decisions, should we talk about the Soulja Boy consoles?
No, we honestly shouldn't.
Because they've been reviewed. And they're bad.
Yeah, of course they are. They're rip-offs.
They're rip-offs of rip-offs.
Yeah. He took somebody else's rip-off and put his name on it.
That's, yeah.
Andrew King says he's sorry. He just wanted to see if he was in the right driveway. He apologized.
Do it again and let's see what happens again.
So, like, the big issue here is I don't understand how he got the rights to do this. Because
I don't think he did.
Legality, I don't think he did either. Legality on sales of emulated ROMs put into a box is already bad. But the fact that he's taking someone else's work and just slapping his brand on it.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, hey, you stole somebody's car. That's against the law. You're not supposed to have it.
Yeah.
I stole your stolen car. You're not going to report that to the police.
Exactly.
I stole what you stole.
Exactly. He's also, of course, priced them up, and
yeah,
it's
like
been
double.
It's been proven now. Some of those ROMs are not even in English.
I only want the originals, okay?
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And so he came out and he was like, yeah, I've always wanted to make game consoles. And, like, it's been my dream as a young gamer that all I wanted to do was make a game console. He's like, so expect more to come if this is successful. And, like, he tweeted out the person that bought his first console and was like, thank you so much for making a young gamer's dream come true. And I'm just like, you couldn't even make music good for a while. Like, what makes you think you're going to do great stealing console ideas?
Also, he didn't make a console. He took a console and put his name on it. It's not making a console.
Man, what are you doing?
Speaking of what are you doing, Ni no Kuni 2 has a new DLC coming out called Lair of the Lost Lord. It's got a new dungeon that was supposed to be in the main game but had to get cut because it didn't come out in time. It's got a boss to the dungeon. It's got a bunch of new gear that was supposed to be in the main game. It's free if you bought the season pass.
Still
So that's the season pass.
It's not if you didn't. And it's coming out in like 5 days.
What is going on this year?
It's sad that I didn't even hear about this until the podcast. I saw it on there and I was like, huh.
The
okay,
trailer looks
whatever.
okay. Like they're real serious about going like new dungeon, and it's like, yeah, but you remember that tweet you sent out right before the game came out that said you had to cut a dungeon from the game because you didn't have time?
Well, yeah, but my thing is, I wonder which song from Ni no Kuni 1 they used to score the dungeon.
Oh, big oof.
Stop
I'm
dying.
dying.
Stop.
Dying. So, like, my first thought when I saw it was, I could play Ni no Kuni 2 again, and then I realized, oh, that means I'd have to play Ni no Kuni 2 again. And, like, legitimately had a moment where I was like, what character would I even want to play as? And the only answer was Leander, and I was like, oh.
That's the only character I remember the name. I don't even remember the character of that main kid.
Evan.
Sure. You could have told me Jeffrey, and I would have said sure.
Also, there's new story beats with characters that are in the game, where you can spend more time with characters like Mousinger, who's the best character in that game.
Yeah.
And find out more story stuff. And my first question then is, was that supposed to be in the main game too, or is that new stuff they did while they were touching up this dungeon? Because if it's new stuff, that's cool.
Give us it's new to you, isn't it?
Yeah. I want to see more Mousinger stuff.
VR.
It's almost like they knew too, because in that trailer, Mousinger gets like front center attention. It's like they knew that was the only way to get people in. Also, the Black Knight shows up.
Character?
The Black Mouse Knight, he shows up.
Yeah.
You remember how he didn't have a finalized story in the game and he kind of just disappears?
Yeah.
And apparently you get to finish his story in the DLC. Man, that game. I really wanted to like that game. I really
best
did.
RPG of the year.
I really
9.5 out of 10,
game.
best of the year.
Really wanted to like it. No, didn't you hear Monster Hunter World's the best RPG of the year?
I don't have a problem with that. Sure, why not?
After that, we have Panzer Dragoon and Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei getting remakes, which is cool. You guys even remember what Panzer Dragoon is?
I know what it is. I never actually played it.
So Panzer Dragoon, Pat, is fantasy Star Fox, where you fly on a dragon's back.
Huh.
It's really cool, actually.
That sounds really cool.
You can do like barrel rolls and aileron rolls and like fire out missiles that are magic and stuff.
That's all you had to tell me was that I could do barrel rolls.
Yeah, it's really cool. So they're getting remakes. That's awesome. And then there's the new Godzilla King of Monsters trailer.
Saw that.
Oh boy, it looks real good. Looks real good.
I'm kind of afraid to go to the movie theater with you to watch this because I'm worried that I'll be in the splash zone.
Yeah.
Hold
You
on.
have to bring an extra pair of pants with you.
Edora's next as he's running forward. Just, I don't know what you said, buddy. I'm sorry.
King, be quiet.
Really good. I still can't hear you. You might be getting a phone.
Yeah, I said hold on.
Oh, okay. Phone call. Okay. So I guess now's a perfect time to talk about Fire Emblem. Well, he's on the phone.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get back on the phone.
The Fire Emblem Heroes 3.0 update is happening right now in the middle of maintenance. It'll stop at 11 p.m. Brand new story, chapter 3, brand new characters, get a free 5-star unit if you beat book 3.
It's just chapter 1. All you have to do is play chapter 1 of book 3.
Yeah, you're right, actually. I'm thinking for some reason all of it, but you're right, just chapter 1.
Yeah, you just play chapter 1 and win, and then you get to have
3 5-star.
Gosh, I can't
Air.
Air. Sorry.
She's got
I
a
was
really
gonna
cool
say
design too.
airs, so I was close.
Close. Also, Lagoos. Barn soon available. So yeah, that was pretty sick. Pretty cool stuff. Loving those character designs. That video will probably go up tomorrow. Man, those character designs are sick. Legitimately, like the middle of the body is gone, and it's just a like skeleton encased in like a goo. Up until you get to the head, where the head is still there, because you're in the land of the dead in book 3. It's so cool, man.
Also, the trailer was ridiculously metal the whole time.
Yeah, they just did a metal remix of the like challenge theme from Awakening.
It was pretty good.
Because the challenge theme was like
this song is great. I want this.
Well, I do too. The challenge theme was like dana 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 dana, you know, and it's pretty good. And the metal version is it's like whoa, okay. So yeah, that was really fun.
It kind of sounded like a band called Killswitch Engage, but I don't even know if they're still together.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll find out, because I'm sure they'll put a single out of it. Because Nintendo likes their money now. They did with Lifelight and with Jump Up Superstar.
Jump Up Superstar.
It's a good song. I'm down for dailies after this, King. Yeah.
Great game.
So then, it's for a pretty good game, yeah. So then,
Shut up!
I do it every time. Finally, we gotta talk about the Game Awards. We kept score. Pat kept score.
Yeah, I need to go back and double check that, because
Okay.
I told myself, I need to make sure I remember who won, and
Okay.
Give me 1 second to.
So while Pat does that, what did you think, Andrew, of the Game Awards?
I say it every year. Great highs and terrible, terrible lows.
Yep, I agree.
The announcements this year I thought were especially amazing, because the majority of them were either new series, whether they're indie or not, or sequels and series that were long thought dead, or series or sequels that dramatically change the game, like Fallout or Far Cry New Dawn. Like, it changes the entire concept and everything. But then, and I understand it's the Game Awards, it's a celebration of all things games, but it is called the Game Awards, and then you don't announce all the awards on the show, and you don't announce all of them, and then half of them you just say, oh, hey, by the way, this game won this. Hey, by the way, this game did this. Hey, by the way, this game also did this. Yeah. And only announcing some of them when one game wins a category and says, like, oh, this game also won best blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, just so you can roll your eyes back in ecstasy by listening to a rendition of some video game song. Like,
I mean,
some of them are
pretty good.
Some of them they are, but for me, that's not, and that's what I'm saying. For me, it's a celebration of all things games.
Yeah,
I feel like those bits went on way too long.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then some of the celebrity cameos, some of them were really good.
Yeah,
others were not so good.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I normally I get a lot of humor out of Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill's stuff this year was just kind of like, okay.
So Jonah Hill, I like Jonah Hill, but he's done a big shift, because now he's trying to be a director and stuff.
Yeah.
And so
he's trying to be more serious now.
Exactly. Every time I see him, he's more serious, and it's like, no, you could like look at Seth Rogen. He directs all these movies, still like, yeah, I'm Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's weird.
We didn't talk about Rage 2 at all. That's a good point. Yeah, but Rage 2 got announced before. New trailer.
Didn't think about it because I read today that, of course, on the Bethesda launcher, so I will not be buying that game.
Ooh, on the Bethesda launcher.
Yeah.
Wow.
I won't buy that.
Not on
It's
PS4,
a Bethesda
though,
game,
right?
obviously.
PS4.
True, but I'm only gonna buy it on PC.
So my thoughts for the Game Awards this year. There were some really cool big announcements. Absolutely. Some of that stuff I absolutely did not expect to happen at all. But nothing other than maybe like, I guess Joker hit me as hard as Sekiro, as Ghost of Tsushima. You know, some of the stuff that was announced, or teased at least last time. I thought the musical performances were pretty good, but I thought that Andrew WK's was better. At E3, you know? And, like, his whole performance was, like, just great, you know? And they didn't really have anything this year that kind of... They tried to with the Devil Trigger stuff, you know? But the whole idea of, like, just they're trying to play it straight, and they're singing it, you know, and everything's great. And then she moves the mic away so that the audience can sing, and you hear her voice still singing just as loud as it was before, and you go, oh, they're lip syncing. Oh. And it was just like, it ruins it a little bit for me, you know? Like, because they were putting all this emotion into it, and I was like, yeah! And it's like, hey, you know, when Andrew WK did his bit, he was singing that, you know? And it made me go, I don't know. And then the other orchestra stuff was fine. There was some cool stuff in there. A lot of the jokes didn't land for me this year. Last year, some of the jokes landed a little bit better. Some people, I think, were allowed to just talk for, like... And some people that I like were allowed to just talk for too long, and it bogged everything down. You know? Like, Sonic Fox is great, but he was up there for about 4 minutes. And 4 minutes straight of any one person on stage is like, man, we need to move on.
There's so many times you can say, oh, thanks everyone, this is crazy.
Yeah. And I don't know, man, there were just times where you had like Jacksepticeye there, and he was pretty funny, and then it's immediately followed by 2 people who I didn't even know not being funny and being completely serious. And it's like, what is the tone of this supposed to be?
Man, and with every year for me, there's always these hiccups that shouldn't happen to something on this scale.
Yeah.
Like the fact that everyone tried to walk off stage the wrong way.
Yeah, everybody. And had to be guided back the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Little
Fork Knife as well. Let's not forget about how long that Fork Knife bit went. It went on for so long. I gotta call out, though, the one joke that I knew was gonna happen
He didn't say Fortnite right.
The one joke that I knew was gonna happen that got me really good was the voice actor for Kratos saying boy.
Yeah.
Telling him to open it. And the one joke that was not supposed to be funny, that was funny to me, was when they were like, come on, get a selfie. And King pointed out that everybody around was watching the guy controlling the puppet get right down in front of Ninja's crotch so that they could do a selfie. And I just imagine how stupid that looked to everybody around.
What's going on? They don't even see the puppet at first.
Yeah.
Come on, up there. We're going to get an award show.
So anyway, Pat, your thoughts?
I mean, needless to say, I thought a lot of the awards should have been given to other games in certain situations.
I think we're all aware of how much you hate Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, yeah, just because you disagree with it, that doesn't mean that's bad.
Yeah, I really disagreed with a lot of the awards. And a lot of it was mainly just because I absolutely loathe Fortnite and everything that it is.
It only won. Wait, what did it? It won multiplayer and
it won best multiplayer. It won best ongoing.
Well, let's go through all the awards. Let's just hit them real quick. What won what and what we said was going to win what. You want to take it from the top?
I wouldn't say what we each said is going to. That's going to take way too long.
Well, just who won.
Okay.
Okay.
So game of the year was obviously God of War.
Right.
Andrew and I both guessed that correctly. Best ongoing game, all 3 of us guessed correctly. Fortnite.
Yeah.
Best game direction, Andrew and Trey, you both got that correct, which was God of War. Best narrative, none of us got right. It was Red Dead Redemption 2, which I thought should have gone to Detroit. Best
You didn't play either.
I was about to say you have not played Detroit. And you have not finished Red Dead Redemption 2.
I've watched a lot more gameplay of Detroit.
Gameplay is not narrative.
It's basically.
It is a story-based game, though.
Yeah.
No. But if you look at just the gameplay, it doesn't cap it.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
You need to be behind the sticks.
Best art direction, we all got wrong as well. That was Return of the Obra Dinn.
Yeah.
Best score, music, we all got wrong. Red Dead Redemption 2 won. Best audio design, we all got right. That was Red Dead Redemption 2. Best performance, the guy from Red Dead Redemption. I didn't write down his name because I was upset. We all got that wrong.
Voice actor.
I'm upset.
By the way,
God.
I just want to point out, when he got on stage, I immediately was sold on that decision. Because that man did not act like Arthur Morgan, except for when he was doing the accent. And then I just saw Arthur Morgan on that stage. I was like, okay, yep, he did very well. He did very well.
I was like, okay, that's pretty great.
Also, he had one of the best jokes of the entire stream. When he said that he had to stop himself, his wife had to remind him many times when he got home. Just leave Morgan at the door. Oh, yeah, and he was a British guy, too.
Best family game went to Overcooked. I got that one right, which is super exciting. Best strategy game, we all got wrong. That was Into the Breach. Best sports racing game went to Forza, which Andrew and Trey, you both got right. Best multiplayer game was Fortnite. We all got that right. Best debut indie game, we all got wrong. That was The Messenger. Games for Impact, I got that one right. That was Celeste.
Never mind. This is my problem with the award shows. How is The Messenger the best indie game when
But Celeste is the best. Oh, yeah, and Celeste was the best.
Yeah, when the other game... Never mind. It's just...
And then best independent game, which apparently is different.
Was it a school game or something? Like the school game or something?
Just best independent game. There was best debut indie game, and then there was
best
debut independent game.
Yeah, so you had the one that made the best start, and then the one that is the best.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of them is just the debut of the studio.
No, they've made other games before.
No, for the best debut?
No, that's what I'm saying. The guys who made The Messenger have made other games before.
Yeah, I
don't
understand.
Yeah. I'll pull it up to be sure, but I'm pretty sure.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Best independent game went to Celeste, which you two got right.
Yeah.
Best mobile game we all got wrong. That went to Florence. Best VR AR game. That went to Astrobot. We all got that wrong.
But I'm glad I got it wrong.
Best action game went to Dead Cells. We all got that one wrong. Best action adventure, the one award that they didn't announce the whole night, went to God of War.
Which I figured if God of War would have won at the game of the year, they would have won Game of the Year, and it's the last one they say. God of War also won the best action adventure.
Yeah, it's like what?
Yeah,
it was their best game as this new, or their first game as this new studio.
That's the new studio. That's what it's all. That's all that's about. Is hey, this is. But they could. But if here's my problem with that, they could have.
They could just make a new studio every year.
They could have 30 years worth of experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah. Andrew got that one right. It was God of War. Best RPG went to Monster Hunter. Andrew and I got that one right. Best fighting game went to Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which we all got right. Yeah. And the totals are
before you give the totals, I just want to point out Octopath Traveler got shafted. Dragon Quest XI got shafted, but the game that got shafted the most this year and last year was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that got excluded both years from being nominated for anything. Last year because they said it came out too late, and this year because they said it came out last year. How dare you? How dare you?
Trey's having this Kanye. I'll let you finish in a minute moment.
You know what? I also want to point this out.
So bad.
I feel like racing game should have its own category.
No,
because there's enough racing games out there that
there's not
just in that category every year.
There's only Forza games. Well, it's the same thing. Well,
Gran
it's the same
Turismo
thing.
games.
Gran Turismo's not gonna
every year. every year, once every 6 years.
Yeah.
Forza's the only one that
Sport
comes
was
out.
the last one.
Yeah,
Forza's going to win that
was
category
last year,
every year.
That's what I'm saying. That's why that's how it's always been. They do racing and sports and then because I mean,
which is why for our game of the year we don't have a thing specifically for racing games.
Because if you did just sports game, it's like okay, what one? FIFA, Madden, or 2K?
I think it would have went to the not FIFA but the Pro Evolution Soccer game.
No,
that game was like
even
revolutionary.
Even if it should have, it still wouldn't have because it's the Game Awards.
Also, I just realized Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had a new expansion this year too, with a brand new soundtrack, and it still didn't get brought up.
Pat. You and I are moving on.
All I'm saying is, if you're gonna give Forza the game of the year for sports and racing every year, just don't even have that award.
Well, maybe that's the wrong way to think about it. Maybe the people developing the sports games
should make more better racing games or better sports games,
or make better sports games instead of saying, "Hey, we added more microtransactions. That's variety." Because the Forza games win because they actually change things, and it's two different sets. It's Forza Horizon and then Forza Motorsport.
But just look at these two dragons.
But they're both excellent. Okay, is that a Monster Hunter one?
Yeah, just look at these two dragons and calm.
No, Ridley makes me mad because I lost.
Look at this dragon and calm down. Yeah, it's not even an expansion, but a whole new game you can play without Xenoblade Chronicles 2 being installed.
We need to ignore him.
Anyways,
please, just tell us who won.
So, Andrew won. It was really close.
I'm about to say, it sounded like it was...
By how much?
Andrew had 9 points. I had 7, and Trey, you had 6.
He acted so cocky, like, what, by half a point?
Dang, I thought I was doing better than that.
So did I, and so I found out that 2 of them where I was just like, no, I refuse to choose this one. If I had chosen what I should have, like, went with my gut and chosen, I probably would have had 9 points as well. Yeah. But instead, I was like, no, it's gonna be 2K.
The worst part was I tried to play the corporate game. I tried to play the corporate game, and the corporate game was not what won. It was Red Dead Redemption 2 that won.
Yeah, if I had picked Red Dead Redemption 2 for everything instead, I would have won.
Everything is Red Dead Redemption 2 best indie game.
I had a chance.
Best debut indie game because it was somebody's first game.
Yeah. No, see, next year I'm going with the recency fallacy. I'm going with whatever big game came out most recently to the Game Awards.
Well, I don't know because God of War got a good bit of.
He got awards. 2 awards, right? 3. He got 3.
You got 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah, I mean that's good.
God of War? No, I think it only got 2.
I mean, it got what best voice?
Oh, you're right.
That was.
It was.
What did they get?
They got best action
adventure, and God of War. Best action and best action adventure are 2 different things, apparently. So.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a terrible way to describe it.
Yeah,
I agree.
I thought Dead Cells won best action.
Yeah,
Dead Cells won best action. God of War won best action adventure.
And then it won Game of the Year, and then it won
ongoing game. I mean, not ongoing game. Game direction.
Okay.
Game direction.
Shouldn't have won ongoing game.
I was like,
they came out with the new game plus, and they were like, man, this game is just so ongoing.
Still going. Yeah. I can play it as many times as I want.
I'm personally still playing it, so it's an ongoing game.
All right, so yeah, we got through another year of Game Awards. We're almost done with another year, guys. Before we call the podcast today, the week of the 23rd, the podcast would be on Christmas Eve.
That's not going to happen.
Okay,
I'm not gonna be here.
That is exactly my thought, is that we will not have a podcast on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I'll be driving home.
We are also probably not going to do Dungeons and Dragons that week, I would think.
I'll probably still be at home.
And I want to announce now that there will be no stream Tuesday that week either. So we will be taking 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th off. I will stream on the 27th and the 28th, and then I'm going to take the 29th off as well.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't be against like a whole week off, to be honest. But I mean, a lot of that work is going to be done by you at that point, Trey. So that's
and that's the question: are we going to? I guess we can talk about this later. those dates are subject to change, because if we're going to do Game of the Year discussions like the week after, then I won't do a podcast, or I won't do a stream.
So I was thinking
the 27th or the 28th.
Because I like the way some other people do it, where they give a little bit more time to finish stuff.
Yeah.
So I would say,
because if we have extra time, then I could play and beat Celeste.
There's some games that I'm looking at now. I think I should go play that, and like Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I want to go play that again because I loved that game, and I want to get back. I want to see if I can get back into it because I don't know why I quit. I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking January for sure. But I don't know if you want to do like the first weekend. The first weekend would be January. Well, I'll be off January 1st through.
The only reason I wasn't thinking about taking the whole week off was if we hadn't finished World of Light by then.
Yeah.
World of Light or Let's Go Eevee. Because then the other option is me beating that on my own time without the stream being able to see the end of it, you know? But alternatively, I could still take that week off and then just stream around Game of the Year stuff. I don't care.
So I am going to, when I catch up on podcasts and stuff, I'm going to make it a habit to play like Monster Hunter instead of Black Ops or Destiny or something.
Okay.
Because that's
you
part
can
of my
play Monster
problem.
Hunter while listening to a podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm going to play it while I catch up on that stuff. And try to get it back in my rotation. That's part of my problem is I'm comfortable playing the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a workaholic. I just realized that since the changeover, I have not taken a single week off.
Yeah.
I think the week of Christmas, I'm just going to take the week.
I think that's the best thing.
I'm still going to be working because I'm going to be editing and we're going to be still having regular uploads that week. Because we've got plenty of footage recorded. But I think I'm going to take the week off of streaming. I'd also like to announce that at some point in the next couple weeks, a video is going to go up. I've recorded most of the audio. Still have a little bit more I want to record of it. But it'll just be the year in review, basically, for the channel. Of me talking about how things have changed over the year and how much I appreciate everybody allowing it to change the way that it has. How different things are in the second half of the year than they were in the first half of the year for me. And how that's all because of you guys. And I really appreciate it. So expect that video to get a little emotional, you know. But I'm going to do that video and hopefully talk about some stuff I got planned for next year, and we'll see how things go. But, yeah, I think we're going to take the week of the 23rd off.
I think it's a good idea.
And that'll give me time to beat Astrobot. Give me time to beat Tetris Effect. That'll give me time to play and beat Celeste. Because all I have left to beat now, of the games I said I was going to beat for Game of the Year, is Octopath. Like, World of Light and Eevee I still have for streams, but we have this week for those, and we have next week for those. Also, Friday, we're doing a special Just Cause 4 stream.
Told you were going to do it. Told you were going to do it.
We're not going to try and beat that whole game on stream or anything, but I just want to play around in that world for a little while with everybody. But we're going to take the week of the 23rd off. We'll come back the week of the 30th. Swinging strong. I don't know yet if I'm going to try and do anything for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
With the stream, that will depend entirely on if a friend of mine who has done board game nights for New Year's Eve is going to do a board game night for New Year's Eve this year or not.
That's interesting.
If that friend decides to do that, then I want to do that, you know?
So I was going to ask you all about that, actually.
Okay, well, that friend is right here.
Yeah. I was going to see if y'all wanted to do that, and if we wanted to, if there's any board games that y'all wanted to try out that I buy, have us try out or something. I've been looking at new board games.
My mother is buying me board games for Christmas. Because she asked me what she could get me that I didn't own already. And I said, I'm always down for new board games. And she says, I'll send you a list. Tell me what you don't have.
There you go.
I don't have Gloomhaven, which is like expensive.
We also have a board game that I got for a good friend of mine called Golden Girls Clue that we can play. That's exciting. But
I'm down for that.
We will end up playing that unless you forget it, thankfully. Hopefully you do.
I won't. So yeah, we should probably wrap the podcast up here. Be excited for what we have coming in the next couple weeks. We've got more World of Light. We've got more Let's Go Eevee. We've got some Just Cause 4. We've got Gundam Game Day coming up on the 22nd. We've got more Dungeons and Dragons. We got some PSVR fun times. We got more Fire Emblem. We got more Octopath. We got more stuff. We got more Super Breakdowns and everything like that. And we got more us. Having a good time. Forward to the Game of the Year stuff, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to send out the tweet right after we finish this podcast asking all of you what your Game of the Year is. If you do not use Twitter, that's fine. Our email's right up here. Shoot us an email. You put it in the comment section down below, on the Twitch VOD, wherever. I will see it. I want to know what your games of the year are. Because when we talk about ours, I just want to have a little bit of, opinions from other people to see what they think. Until next time, though, I've been Trey.
I've been Andrew.
And I've been Pattrick.
And we've been the Full Spectrum. And remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Life to offer. All right. We're in the post show now.
Dancing Queen.
EDS5. Let's go back to EDS5 real quick.
Yeah, man. I'm probably going to get that right now.
Wait, what?
Yeah, let me purchase that right now.
Well, yeah, when I get paid, I think I'm probably going to play because I enjoyed it and I have more funds to spend on stuff like that. So
yeah, yeah, I'm super down to play it, man. Let me know. And speaking of, if you guys are going to play more Monster Hunter, I'm down to help you out. I can equip some weapons that are tier appropriate. Equip some weapons that are tier appropriate, bleh, and we'll fight some monsters. And remember, they scale. So when I jump in, it'll become more difficult as well. If you're having too easy a time, we'll come in.
If I have an easy time, it's because I'm a god.
Come in and I'll use my heavy bowgun and fire some artillery strikes. Alex and Camphor on the 20th. All right, I'm down for that. In Gundam Battle Operation 2.
I'm probably going to play some Smash here in a minute.
Yep.
Spyro.
I'm going to do my dailies on GBO2. And then I'm going to record another Chapter 3 of Octopath. I'm going to beat that game before Game of the Year. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All right, though. Anything else we want to talk about in the post-show?
Not that I can think of.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out to the stream. Don't have too much fun, and we will see you guys. What have I been doing with my hands this whole time? I feel like I keep just like JoJo pose here.
It's like a JoJo pose, yeah.
Yeah. All right, later, everybody.